Over the past few years, something remarkable has been happening in the global migration patterns of the wealthy. Millionaires and high-net-worth individuals from countries like Canada and the United Kingdom are packing their bags and heading to warmer shores. The destination? The United Arab Emirates. According to recent data from migration consultancy firms, the UAE is expected to attract over 6,700 millionaires in 2024 alone. That represents one of the largest influxes of wealthy individuals to any single country in the world. Meanwhile, the United Kingdom is projected to lose approximately 9,500 millionaires in the same period. Canada is seeing similar trends, with thousands of high-net-worth individuals choosing to relocate abroad. So what's driving this dramatic shift? Let's explore the factors pushing the wealthy away from traditional Western havens and pulling them toward the gleaming towers of Dubai and Abu Dhabi. The tax factor. Perhaps the most significant driver is taxation. The United Arab Emirates offers something that's become increasingly rare in the developed world: zero personal income tax. That's right, zero. For someone earning millions of dollars annually, this represents an enormous financial advantage. A millionaire in the UK faces a top income tax rate of 45% on earnings above approximately £125,000. In Canada, depending on the province, top marginal tax rates can reach 53% or higher. Let's put this in perspective with a real example. A business owner earning $5 million annually in Ontario, Canada, could face tax bills exceeding $2.5 million. That same individual in the UAE would pay nothing in personal income tax on that same income. Over a decade, we're talking about savings of $25 million or more. The UAE also doesn't impose capital gains tax for most individuals. There's no inheritance tax. No wealth tax. For entrepreneurs who've built successful businesses or investors with substantial portfolios, this creates a tremendously attractive environment. But it's not just about keeping more of what you earn. It's also about what many perceive as increasing tax burdens in their home countries. The UK has seen repeated discussions about wealth taxes, higher capital gains taxes, and the abolition of favorable tax treatments for non-domiciled residents. Canada has implemented changes to capital gains taxation and faces ongoing debates about taxing the wealthy more heavily. For millionaires watching these trends, the writing appears to be on the wall. Many are choosing to leave before tax policies become even less favorable. Political and economic stability concerns. Beyond taxation, there's a growing sense of uncertainty in traditional Western economies. The United Kingdom has experienced significant political turbulence over the past several years. Brexit created ongoing complications for business and finance. Multiple changes in government leadership. Rising public debt. A cost of living crisis that strained social cohesion. Canada, while generally stable, faces its own challenges. Housing affordability has reached crisis levels in major cities like Toronto and Vancouver. Public discourse around wealth inequality has intensified. Healthcare systems are under tremendous strain. In contrast, the UAE offers a different kind of stability. The government is business-friendly and has demonstrated consistent policies that favor wealth creation and retention. The country has invested hundreds of billions of dollars in infrastructure, creating world-class airports, roads, and public services. Dubai and Abu Dhabi have transformed themselves into global business hubs. They're home to international financial centers, free trade zones, and headquarters for multinational corporations. For wealthy individuals concerned about the long-term trajectory of Western economies, the UAE represents a safe harbor. A place where business is celebrated rather than viewed with suspicion. Quality of life and infrastructure. Here's something that often surprises people: the UAE isn't just about tax advantages. It's become a genuinely attractive place to live. Dubai offers luxury that's hard to match anywhere else in the world. From world-class restaurants to pristine beaches, from cutting-edge architecture to shopping experiences that rival anywhere on Earth. The infrastructure is exceptional. The Dubai Metro is clean, efficient, and modern. The roads are impeccably maintained. Internet speeds are among the fastest globally. Healthcare facilities include internationally accredited hospitals with some of the best medical professionals in the world. Safety is another major factor. The UAE consistently ranks as one of the safest countries globally. Crime rates are extraordinarily low. Women can walk alone at night without concern. Children can play freely in public spaces. For families relocating from major cities in Canada or the UK where crime has become an increasing concern, this represents a significant quality of life improvement. The weather, of course, is polarizing. Summers are brutally hot, with temperatures regularly exceeding 110 degrees Fahrenheit. But for those who can afford it, life moves indoors during those months. Every space is climate controlled to perfection. The rest of the year offers beautiful weather, sunshine nearly every day, warm temperatures ideal for outdoor activities. Education and international connectivity. For wealthy families, education is paramount. The UAE has attracted some of the world's best international schools. British curriculum schools, American curriculum schools, international baccalaureate programs, all are available and often of exceptional quality. Universities are establishing campuses in the region as well. New York University has a full campus in Abu Dhabi. The Sorbonne has a presence. ENSED, one of the world's top business schools, operates a campus in Abu Dhabi. For wealthy parents, this means their children can receive world-class education without leaving the country. Connectivity is another major advantage. Dubai International Airport is one of the busiest in the world. Emirates Airlines connects the UAE to virtually every major city globally. You can be in London in about 7 hours. Singapore in 7 hours. New York in about 12. For business people who need to maintain international connections, the UAE serves as an ideal hub. It's positioned at the crossroads between East and West, making it equally convenient for doing business in Europe, Asia, Africa, or the Americas. The regulatory environment. The UAE has systematically reformed its regulatory environment to attract foreign talent and investment. In recent years, they've introduced long-term residency visas. The Golden Visa program allows investors, entrepreneurs, scientists, and other high-value individuals to obtain 10-year residency permits. Previously, residency was typically tied to employment. When you lost your job, you lost your visa. This created uncertainty for many expatriates. The new programs offer far more security. Property ownership has been opened up to foreigners in designated areas. Business ownership rules have been liberalized, allowing 100% foreign ownership in many sectors, eliminating the previous requirement for local partners. The legal system has also modernized. The UAE has established international financial centers in Dubai and Abu Dhabi with legal frameworks based on English common law. These provide familiar legal protections for international business people. While the UAE is certainly not a democracy in the Western sense, it offers something that many wealthy individuals value: predictable, business-friendly governance with clear rules that don't change with every election cycle. The push factors from Canada and the UK. To fully understand this migration, we need to examine what's pushing people away from Canada and the United Kingdom. In the UK, Brexit has created ongoing complications. Businesses face additional bureaucracy when dealing with Europe. The financial services sector, long a cornerstone of London's economy, has seen some operations shift to continental Europe. Property prices in London remain extraordinarily high, yet the city's status as a global financial center feels less secure than it once did. Political debates have increasingly focused on wealth redistribution, with proposals for wealth taxes and higher levies on high earners appearing regularly. The abolition of the non-dom tax status, which previously allowed wealthy foreigners to live in the UK without paying tax on their foreign income, has removed a major incentive that kept many millionaires in the country. Canada faces different but equally challenging issues. Housing affordability has become a national crisis. In Vancouver and Toronto, average home prices have reached levels where even highly paid professionals struggle to afford decent housing. For wealthy individuals, while they can certainly afford homes, they're watching their children and employees face unprecedented challenges. Immigration levels have surged, putting pressure on housing, healthcare, and infrastructure. While Canada has traditionally been welcoming to immigrants, the pace of change has created social tensions. Tax policy has also shifted. Changes to capital gains taxation have made it less attractive for entrepreneurs to build and sell businesses in Canada. Discussions about taxing the wealthy more heavily appear regularly in political discourse. Perhaps more intangibly, there's a sense in both countries that success and wealth are increasingly viewed negatively. That being financially successful makes you a target for criticism rather than a contributor to society. For many wealthy individuals, this shift in social attitudes has been deeply uncomfortable. They're choosing to relocate to places where success is celebrated and where they feel welcomed rather than resented. The challenges of moving to the UAE. Of course, relocating to the UAE isn't without challenges. The culture is very different from Western countries. While Dubai and Abu Dhabi are cosmopolitan and tolerant by regional standards, this is still a Muslim country with conservative social norms in many areas. Public displays of affection are frowned upon. Alcohol is available but regulated. Dress codes, while relaxed in most areas, still require modest clothing in certain contexts. The legal system, outside the international financial centers, is based on civil law and Sharia principles. This can create uncertainties for those unfamiliar with it. Labor laws favor employers more heavily than in Western countries. The sponsorship system for workers, while reformed, still creates power imbalances that make some people uncomfortable. And for all its modernity, the UAE remains an absolute monarchy. Political freedoms are limited. Criticism of the government or ruling family is not tolerated. Social media posts that would be unremarkable in Canada or the UK could potentially lead to legal trouble in the UAE. For some wealthy individuals, these trade-offs are unacceptable. They value political freedom and democratic governance too highly to relocate, regardless of the financial benefits. But for others, particularly those focused primarily on business and family, the advantages outweigh the disadvantages. What this means for Canada and the UK. The departure of thousands of millionaires has real consequences for the countries they're leaving. High net worth individuals contribute disproportionately to tax revenues. They invest in businesses, creating jobs. They support charities and cultural institutions. They purchase luxury goods and services, supporting entire economic sectors. When they leave, that economic activity goes with them. Some analysts estimate that the UK could lose billions of pounds in tax revenue from millionaire immigration. Canada faces similar concerns. There's also a signaling effect. When the wealthy leave, it suggests that a country's economic trajectory may be concerning. This can affect business confidence more broadly. Both the UK and Canada are grappling with how to respond. Some argue that good riddance, that millionaires leaving actually makes society more equal. That if people want to leave over taxes, they should go. Others argue this is economically self-destructive. That driving away the most productive and successful individuals will ultimately harm everyone by reducing investment, innovation, and tax revenues. The debate reflects broader tensions about inequality, taxation, and what kind of society people want to live in. Other destinations in the competition. While the UAE is the biggest winner in this wealth migration, it's not the only destination. Singapore attracts substantial numbers of wealthy migrants, particularly from Asia but also from Western countries. Like the UAE, Singapore offers low taxes, excellent infrastructure, safety, and a business-friendly environment. Switzerland continues to attract wealthy individuals, though its banking secrecy advantages have diminished. The country offers stability, privacy, and quality of life that remain attractive despite relatively high costs. Portugal, with its non-habitual resident tax regime, has attracted many wealthy retirees and remote workers, though recent changes have made it somewhat less attractive. Monaco remains the ultimate tax haven for the ultra-wealthy, though its tiny size limits how many people it can accommodate. The United States, particularly states like Florida and Texas with no state income tax, attracts some wealthy Canadians and Britons, though U.S. tax obligations for residents are still substantial. But among all these options, the UAE has emerged as the clear frontrunner for the sheer number of millionaires relocating there. The future of this trend. So where does this trend lead? Is this a temporary phenomenon, or are we witnessing a fundamental shift in where the global wealthy choose to live? Several factors will influence what happens next. Global economic conditions play a role as well. If Western economies enter extended recessions while the Gulf region thrives, more wealthy individuals may choose to relocate. One thing seems certain: the traditional assumption that wealthy individuals would naturally prefer to live in Western democracies is being challenged. For centuries, people aspired to move to places like London, Toronto, New York, or Sydney. These were seen as the pinnacles of civilization, places with the best opportunities, freedoms, and quality of life. That assumption is being tested. We're seeing that for many wealthy individuals, other factors matter more. Low taxes matter more. Safety matters more. Modern infrastructure matters more. Business-friendly regulation matters more. Political freedom and democratic governance, while valued by many, aren't the highest priority for everyone. Conclusion. The migration of millionaires from Canada and the UK to the United Arab Emirates represents one of the most significant wealth transfers in recent history. Driven by favorable tax treatment, political and economic stability, exceptional infrastructure, and quality of life, thousands of high-net-worth individuals are choosing to make the UAE their home. This trend reflects broader questions about taxation, inequality, and what kind of society we want to build. Should countries compete to attract and retain wealthy individuals through low taxes and business-friendly policies? Or should they prioritize equality and public services, even if it means some millionaires leave? There's no easy answer. But the data is clear: millionaires are voting with their feet. And increasingly, they're choosing the gleaming skylines of Dubai and Abu Dhabi over the traditional capitals of the Western world. Whether this trend continues, whether Canada and the UK can reverse it, and what it means for the future of these nations, remains to be seen. What is certain is that the global competition for wealth and talent has entered a new phase. And right now, the UAE is winning.